12:18 p.m. I'm going to be building a lattice. So, what is this video about? What is this video about? This video is about the NSIGII, NCK. NSIGII, NCK is spelled as November, December, I for Indigo, G for Gold, I for India, I for India. NSIGII is a human rights protocol. NSIGII is derived from NSIGII. NSIGII is derived from NSIGII, which is spelled as November, F for Sarah, I for Indigo, B for Bravo, I for India, D for Delta, I for India. NSIGII is a root language, pre-Colonial language by Niger. It is Niger Congo language. Pre-Colonial language. For that's worked on Southeast Africa, from Southeast, from North, from West Africa all the way to South Africa, East Africa. The NSIGII is the human rights framework for NSIGII. Today's date says that NSIGII is meant to give you food, water, shelter. And NSIGII, I'm going to introduce this NSIGII, which is a drone delivery system, and the robotic systems that deal with human rights, the human rights cases such as blockade. It is Geneva compliant, and it's a Geneva system. It's part of the organization framework of ontological based intelligence via the NSIGII Trilateal as a software development kit. Primarily, it's designed to address human rights issues in wars, more specifically the blockade of 1967 to 1970 that killed many Biafrans, and the people that are not directly involved in the war. NSIGII is a human rights protocol again. Let me continue. So, what am I saying today? So today, I want to explain the trilateral escape and explain how they work. So you're gonna have three-way system. You're gonna have NSIGII. I'm gonna try to draw it here. NSIGII namespaces. The namespaces are never a weapon, never a toy, never a toy, never a weapon, never a problem. This never a toy is a software development kit. Let's start with never a weapon. Uh, it's never a weapon is the humanitarian machines, the humanitarian uh, in the loop, the humanitarian out the loop system, human out the loop system. Let's see. The goal is to give you human out the loop system. So things like ontological, meaning system, any system that knows itself, Bayesian, meaning probabilistic, direct cyclic graph, intelligence, via the on the floor, ontological Bayesian intelligence systems. Ontology means a system, the AI system knows itself by me, myself, and I. I am me, I myself, uh, uh, this whilst it's operating. The never a weapon protocol for is a human out the loop system for AI systems. It ensures that AI systems are humane while delivering food, water, and shelter. The human out the loop system is primarily designed for its all autonomous, so it is based upon autonomy of a robotic system, such as robots, drones, that deliver humanitarian aid via an artificial intelligence system and is an artificial intelligence system. The goal of this SDK is to program robotic interfaces, and robots in general. This namespace again is called never a weapon. Never a weapon. The robots can never weaponize against you. And its consensus system. Try passing to 7 Dream Consensus framework on my last video. To search on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/OBNexus. Uh, you got never a toy, and you can never weapon. Never a toy, no, never a problem first is a human in the loop system. No, in the loop on human on the loop system. Uh, uh because humans on the loop actively ensure that humanitarian aid is provided via drone delivery, drone delivery of robots on the ground, other other hardware, other hardware that needs a human to intervene. Human intervention is a key understanding. The seven consensus dream is used here to show that the system understands humans who are actively on the loop and trying to uh, administer food, water, medical supplies, such as doctors and people who are actually dealing with kind of infrastructural collapse of the model of the after the after the on the aftermath on the brink of the aftermath. Who are up and down, taking saving lives. Uh, that's never a problem. They have control over the AI system. This is another sort of delicate, but yeah, I have never a toy. This includes the food, water quantification, the quantification of the food, water, and shelter distributed uh, distributed across the human population. It is human in the loop. Human in the loop. Because the humans are in the loop and need to decentralize, distributed food, water, and shelter uh, for ensuring that uh, there is no worry to addressing issues, and including human suffering that way. Human suffering. So this is me when I wrote down. As you can see here, I'm just wrote down. It's not really yeah, this is all this. So yeah, what's sure. Okay. Uh, Primarily, I'm not gonna look at the human outlook system. I mean, the human SIGI must work on SDK and show you how this works with ontological page intelligence and why this matters. Now, the software market for ontological page intelligence is one to this demonstrate now to show you how this looks in practice. So let me switch my screen, overleaf back here. So we have a filter class condition. We have here some of the projects I worked on. So we're gonna look at mitigating bias in machine learning models. I'm gonna look at the documented a Bayesian network approach. In this technical analysis, examine the critical challenges of bias in machine learning model with particularly emphasis on medical diagnosis application by leveraging Bayesian network methodologies and provide systematic framework for bias identification, quantification, and mitigation. This document aligns the theoretical foundation that will underpin my development at open access computing, establish the roadmap between more equitable machine learning systems through rigorous probabilistic modeling. Problem statement. As I develop machine learning models and databases, I identified that bias operates in relationship to integrate them into systems. The particularly acute and high-stakes domains, such as medical diagnosis, where learning prediction can lead to low systematic diagnosis of demographic groups, reformers of the institution, strategies, and a miscalculation of limited resources, and so I'm saying here that the system of mitigating bias in machine learning it should be used by Bayesian networks to determine probabilistic probability in kind of healthcare systems. You know, this paper is written by me, and I use a lot of things to decipher how this appears as a probabilistic DAG. And this is the 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 joint proposal of a system, but I wrote this paper myself with some old tools, some artificial intelligence tools as well. But it's all conclusive, and the goal is to have these papers reviewed or peer reviewed and can be the third artificial intelligence for never weapon. So never weapon is basically some consensus ring that shows tripolar state is resolved um, via uh, lattice of uh, order. This is just one paper here. And I can see this paper is basically very good, the kind of educational risk of involving the kind of IC dominance or the for the never weapons system. Now, if you're going to check out other papers, basically that paper is just one of the papers here. So we can look at the protocol for generalized conscious encoding and cognition encoding over memo tempo scaffold. This is about cognition, but we just want to know, so I say consciousness. This document tries to function ontological by semantic. This is basically uh, ontological Bayesian by semantic intelligence. Semantic means biological semantic. It knows based on biology, the kind of how it's being via the vocal. this is all my work. I used to discover the artificial intelligence. This is just me studying myself and finding out how I work. This is all I see. I'm saying it's cool. Okay. So these are all the proof here. These are all papers that I've written myself with some support, and I'll even get peer review, and I'm not peer reviewers to do it. This intelligence-based intelligence model of a software. So you're gonna have OBAI. First, you're gonna have this the game theory, the dimensional game theory is my one. Formula, is a different theory. So this is the dimensional game. This is introduction game theory. This paper is basically using dimensional game to solve problems in the real world because the real world is dimensional. The real world is dimensional. So this is basically this paper presents rigorous material framework for game theory, which specifies algorithms for the practical development, which study formal dimensions of games, strategies, and equilibrium. This extends the concept of what dimensions game theory. This framework introduces a novel approach to experiencing real world competitive environments. Analysis is basically to relationship between strategy optimization and game outcomes. Demonstrating perfect balance between optimal play with result of deterministic outcomes, which perform crucial optimization supports theory and practical of rest ways. So I'm saying here that we have the real world games, perfect games that resolve to a determined outcome. But if you think of them, if you apply a strategy, your strategy is a dimension. Another dimension can determine a win or lose based on the formation or the attack vector which is dimensional game theory. It's for formulating tactics and strategies that outplay people in the real world. It's non-linear system, non-linear, no polar systems. That's one paper done. So you can see all this paper here. I've written them myself, and yeah, you're gonna have the one more thing, the lattice, the option corruption of the self. Basically, this was my favorite paper I've written. This is the epsilon corruption lattice. This is lattice for corruption itself. It's basically for ledger-based or money system to see who does corruption. This is corruption in the house allocation system. So this is some collection lattice, epsilon collection lattice. Basically, another lattice for doing corruption, a kind of system of handling corruption, kind of memory corruption, and kind of a money corruption, what we call liquidation. So we basically go to liquidate money, develop a that handles money via liquidation. So anything that does with money, any food that comes from money can be used to address a problem as a system of convenience. These are all papers that we know, these are markets that AI systems. It's AI system we need to develop new algorithms to manage money themselves. So they will always use money to address the shortest path via theoretical Bayesian intelligence. as probabilistic, via which is probabilistic directed acyclic graph of whether there's a corruption in the system of the financial economy. That is, oh, oh corruption like this. So this is not working. It's not there. uh, so this is what it looks like. So uh, the boundary lat is commented if exists a prime element of A, such that A join A union A join A complex equals to disjoint. What is property? Complementary lattice. This is complement lattice, basically. A disjoint complement is equal to complement of lattice. There's at least element T bottom T T is top where T is for almost the banner. These are corporate operators basically. So in this video, we explore some of my proof of working method of me, but the goal is to have the system do it yourself. So code itself and do it on itself. So I'm gonna try to program the harness one first, which is basically SIGI not a weapon, never weapon. And it's basically using namespace, never weapon. And that should expose all the systems to in C and C++ as final definitions of binaries, drivers, and extensions and plugins and all the kind of things you need to build the robotics interface to build a robotic system, autonomous system, such as robot, via ontological Bayesian intelligence. Now I'll show you one more thing. Come on, uh, um, so here we have OBISK, and this is the OBISK. This is by SIGI, this is the SIGI OBISK. They just want SDK and to work on ontological Bayesian intelligence. Every computation carries a different existence before validation. The business one is a spin and culture state. What is a probabilistic network association issue? First validation, Bayesian. It's German to hostile channels. So the system knows itself. It's a complete system. Thank you for watching this video, guys. Let me just rename this to OB. This is OB. OB. Thank you for watching this video.